Oh my God, y'all, this live streaming is way more difficult than what I anticipated. All right, so long story short, I went live again on my wrong IG account. I went live on a personal one. After making that mistake last week, I did it again this week, but I deleted that one, so there's no evidence left. Only one person saw it. We're having a conversation on there, and then I was like, yo, join me on the other one where it's actually supposed to be posted, and we'll continue this conversation. But yeah, so I fixed it. The only reason why there's evidence of it is because I'm telling you about it. But yeah, so what I was talking about last week is that I've always wanted to take tours of the parks and go to like all the parks in Nashville as well as in Tennessee. And so every Saturday I'm going to live stream for about 30 minutes to an hour, however long it takes me to see everything in the park, to show people the different parks that we have. We have so many of them, and a lot of people don't make it around to all of them. They go to the same ones over and over and over again, and I am one of those people. So I'm going to start these like park adventures off with going to all of the parks in Nashville, both small and like the major ones, like the one I'm in right now, which is Centennial Park, as well as the state parks. So this is going to get a little bit hectic. I posted yesterday that if I stuck to my schedule of doing one park every Saturday, I wouldn't finish this until like 2021. That's not, yeah, I'm not waiting that long. Hopefully I can speed through these. So I may have to start doubling up on days and maybe doing another day on the weekend. Maybe Sunday would be a good day for me, but we'll see. I'm not going to be too ambitious because I get really big ideas and then I have to reduce them so that it's actually manageable and I'm able to continuously do it. And so I know right now I can do one every Saturday. Hopefully I'll advance to being able to do more of them on Saturdays and maybe another day. Let's cross our fingers. But let me first figure out this live streaming stuff, because there are a lot of features that I didn't know was a part of live streaming. But basically, if you're joining in and you're seeing this for the first time, I don't know why he's coming through here on the sidewalk, but let me slide out of his way. But yeah, that's strange. I've never had that to happen to me in this park. Like, why are they driving up on the sidewalks? That's crazy. But anyway, basically, all I'm doing is showing you around different parks. I thought I'd start off easy by doing this at parks that I'm most familiar with, that I go to a lot. And so last week I went to Cedar Hill Park. Today I'm at Centennial Park, and I'm just going to show you some of the things I like about the park. You may hear me complaining about this park a little bit because I hate how busy it stays. You know, during the morning it's a lot less people in it, but afternoon to evening, come 11 or 12 o'clock, you're gonna see a whole bunch of tourists. And today they have Kidsville at the Parthenon, so it's gonna get way more crowded. And to me, this just seems like a tourist park. I like peace and quiet when I'm in the park, so being around a whole bunch of people, especially people that's not from here, that are oohing and ahhing about every little thing, irritates me. So I stay away from this park as often as I can. But I still want to show it because, again, it is one of the parks in Nashville, and a major one at that. And so I'm going to show you some of the things that are pretty cool that I think are overlooked a lot of the times. I'm actually standing right here at one of the things that I've always found to be beautiful. My mom actually pointed this out to me. And she actually brought me over here because she saw a wedding over here before. I've always loved that bell. Even when I used to play on that playground as a kid, I would always look at that bell. I don't know why. I think it's just the height. Having something to be taller than me that's not human is exciting, I guess, having been the tallest person in the room 9 times out of 10. But yeah, I like this archway. It's continuous. It goes around the tree and to the other side where we just walked from. And actually, when I'm running, similar to what those folks are doing, that is a part of the mile. And so if you ever walk out here and you need like markers to know your distance, I think it's marked up every 1/4 of a mile, every 1/4 mile they mark it up. And this extends around the whole park. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to just walk a mile and show you guys everything on that mall. Now, in my first stream, right, I started off at the Parthenon, and I've since made my way to this part of the park by the playground. So I kind of don't want to go back that way to show you where the train was, because they've moved it. So I'll just fill you in. Basically, if you are familiar with this park, you know there was a train, historical train used to sit there. A lot of people used to love coming and taking photos by it, taking video of it even. Well, they had a plaque out there for about 6 to 8 months requesting donations because they wanted to get that train up and running. Since then, I think about 6 months ago, so it's like about 3 to 6 months after they had that up, they were able to get enough money to move the train and see about getting it up and running so that it can visit neighboring cities. I don't know where they are on schedule of moving the train and having it up and running, but I know they definitely moved it out of the park. And there was a big write-up on it in the Nashville scene, actually, about them moving it and people being able to watch it be moved. And that happened back in the winter of last year. So it's gone. It's just an open space there. If you want to come out and see it, by all means, come and see the open space of gravel and dirt and just this huge, shelter, pretty much, or carpool sitting over the area where the train once was. And then look into what happened, if they're actually going to be able to get it up and moving, or if they just moved it out of the park and they're just figuring out what to do with it now. I don't know. I don't have the time. I didn't see the reason as to why they should feel the need to move it anyway. We already have the Music City Star, which goes to neighboring cities. Can it go to other cities? Maybe we should evaluate making that happen more so than just moving a historical train, trying to put work and labor into getting it up and functioning and being able to transport people. It's a lot, but they didn't ask me, so it's gone. You guys can come out here and see that. And then also, what else was in that area? I'm trying to think of what I passed up at the time. Oh, okay, so also there's a group that comes out here every morning. I'm not sure if that's the same group or not, but this group seems to have a logo on their weights that they're carrying on their shoulders and running with in the park. And so I think this is the group that comes out every Saturday morning and exercises. And so you may overhear them in the background, but they are near where the train once was, and they're doing their exercising. But there's also a group that comes out every morning and they exercise in this park. They do a variety of different exercises, and I think that is the Do Something organization, where they try to get people to take on and maintain an active lifestyle. And so they do a lot of outdoor activities, a lot of outdoor exercising, and they also collaborate with local studios, like yoga studios and stuff, because I know they've done stuff with Inner Light Yoga, because I actually attended their Mommy and Me sessions. So they're out here. I'm not sure if it's Do Something or if there's a different group. I think it may be Do Something. But anyway, it's a group out here exercising. Of course, you have plenty of runners out here now. And I think that's about it. I think that's what I went over. If not, y'all just come out here and walk anyway and see for yourself. Now, there's plenty of play area if you have small kids out here and you've never been to this park. So that's something you can come out here and definitely check out. And this is actually the 1 mile trail, one that actually has the markups. We'll pass up one pretty soon. I'll show you where it's marked on the pavement. So, but yeah, get a closer look at this playground, guys. It's pretty dope. Enough space for your kids to go crazy and have a ball. Also behind the playground is the art center, historic art center. It may or may not be the second oldest building in this park. So I'm pretty sure the Parthenon is way older than this building. But I'm not sure if the Metro Parks building is the oldest or this is. This is in second. But what else? Yeah, you can always go in there and check that out. There's a swing set over there behind the playground area too. And of course we have this grand shelter that no one hardly ever uses because of the homeless population. People primarily use the other one where they do the big band dances or whatever. And this is a nice space, but I've only seen maybe 1 or 2 events actually take place over here, private events, and it was like a kid's birthday party or something. And that was many, many years ago. And so my theory is that the homeless population really discourages people from using this area. But it's really nice. I myself have never even stood under this under this picnic area because of that as well. Because my experience has been some of them have been extremely aggressive. Even in people jogging by, sometimes it just kind of gets crazy, the things they yell out at you. So I don't go over there, and I don't blame anyone who doesn't use that area. I'm actually cutting through here today just to prevent from going over there. But yeah, that's actually the way that I go when I'm jogging. I run on past that area because that's a part of the mile marker, the mile pathway. But yeah, it gets a little crazy, and it's pretty packed to be this early. So I don't wanna go over there. Who put these sunflowers and stuff over here? Look at that. Trying to start a little garden or something back here. And ain't telling nobody. Y'all, I think this lady had the same idea, y'all. She did go to Mount Mark. She cut through. Y'all, for real, they need to do something about it, because sometimes you can tell it's gonna be crazy because they be already yelling and crap. They need to do something about some of the ones who are, mentally ill and on the street. It's not good. They just need help, man. That's all it is. But yeah, this is the sidewalk to the art center. I'm just gonna cross here real quick. And of course they have plenty of monuments out here. Plenty of monuments, guys. And I believe this was actually the one that was vandalized recently and appeared on the news. People vandalized this monument. I'm pretty sure this is the one. There's always people out here training people. People out here using the field. No one's out here using the field right now. But give it some time and people will start coming out here. Yeah, this was the one they vandalized. And so, you see they've cleaned it up as much as they could anyway. You can still see some of the red on the guy running down his sleeves and on his hat. And also this stone still has some faded red spots on it. Look at that. Still evidence of it. They did what they could to remove it, but it's still evidence of it everywhere. But yeah, guys, so that's that part. Now I'm actually gonna walk back this way. I'm gonna walk back this way. I'm gonna cut through. That little hurry, y'all. Pretty well. I'm gonna cut through here so y'all can see this amphitheater where they do Shakespeare in the park. But one thing I do like about this park is the trees, yo. I still can't connect my hammock, yeah. My hammock, yo, it's one of those really, really cheap ones, so that may have something to do with it. Like, I got it from Five Below, and so the trees have to be really, really close to each other, but far enough for me to actually be able to sit in it and slump down. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to stop being so cheap. Go on and buy me a decent hammock. I have nowhere I can connect it to out here, because either the trees are that far apart or they're way too close to where I don't even have space to let it out and actually sit in it. So eventually I'm gonna have to get me a legit hammock. Stop being so cheap. But yo, that's a side view of the Parthenon. And I wonder if my bro is actually out here making his rounds or not. If you can see, yo, this park is extremely close to Vanderbilt, literally right across the street from it. If you've never been out here, and if you have and have never been to the park, and you've wondered what was across from Vanderbilt, specifically their baseball field, it's Centennial Park. So you found this park. Take your way over here, enjoy the festivities. There's always something going on. Like I said, today is Kidsville at the Parthenon. And so you can bring your kids out here and they can get to see architectural tours and meet Athena, pretty much, which is the biggest display out there, or inside of the Parthenon. It is definitely starting to heat up. Definitely it's starting to heat up, guys. Ooh. I rarely ever sweat, so I don't know if the heat index is starting to get to me or what, but like I'm not pouring down in sweat. If you look, there's no sweat. My skin is just glowing, so I moisturize quite well. But under this hat, like I'm starting to feel some sweat beads form. All right, quick little shot real quick. You probably can barely hear me because this guy is cutting the grass, but this is where they have Shakespeare in the Park. And as you can see, when it's not Shakespeare in the Park, it is a homeless camp pretty much. They just kind of station their things there. They lay there. They sleep there. They do everything in that space. They have carts, grocery carts stationed in there. Looks like the Metro Parks is trying to clean it up, but if you're not out there all the time, it's just gonna get right back to being like that. So guys, we really have to figure out a way to take care of our homeless community, man. It's ridiculous how we treat them and how we don't have resources available to really help them out. Yeah, I mean, it's life-changing when you offer money, when you offer food, when you offer, you know, a place to stay for one night, but it's not truly life-changing. That's a very, very, very short-term fix. We need long-term answers that won't require so much time, but will help someone along the way and actually change the trajectory of their lives. Because living on the streets is no fun. I don't know that from experience, but just, you know, kind of evaluating it from the standpoint of if everything that I had was stripped from me and I had to stay in extreme weather, non-stop heat, extreme cold, I probably wouldn't be sane either. Just saying. I say this all the time. It's nothing new. My family probably sick of me saying that crap. But I say, yo, no wonder some of them are out of their minds that weren't like Vietnam vets and already had postpartum or like a post-traumatic stress syndrome or something. Because if you take us, as we complain as soon as the temperature change and it elevates a little bit and it's like past our comfort level, we get moody, we complain, we are angry. Well, imagine being in there 24/7. It may drive you insane. Like, think about it. But yeah, we need to do something as a city. We have all this money around us, all of this attraction for tourists, and nothing is being given back to change people's lives here to still have purpose, still have meaning. Now that's a shot of the Parthenon by the pond. I'm getting a phone call. Let's answer it. Reconnecting. I had to answer my phone. So there are plaques throughout here too. plaques throughout the park, telling a little bit of history. There's like a couple of gazebos around here too. I'm not sure if I pass it up, if I'm coming up. Oh, I'm coming up on it. But that's another cool thing too. It's like the gazebo. When you want to get away from the crowd, man, nobody ever really sits in that gazebo. So you'll have that to yourself. One of my secrets. I either go and park right beside it, or I actually go and sit under it on occasion sometimes. Of course, there are vendors out here. Some of the vendors pretty dope. One in particular, I'm kind of sad that he's not out here, or else I would show y'all him and like let y'all meet him. But his name is Chris. He sells hot dogs out here. I think his concession stand is called Top Dog Concessions. Man, they're good. It's legit good. His dogs are really, really good. If you're in this park and you get hungry, he got you. Go to him. Support my man. He has the hot dogs. I think they're all beef hot dogs. He has every topping that you can imagine. He'll put on a hot dog and still remain cool out here. Won't weigh you down or have you, feeling real bloated. So that's a good thing. And then he also has different snacks for kids, and adults, like the Oreos and different stuff, y'all. Chips, drinks. He just got you all the way around to have a full course meal with a hot dog. As full as you can get, and it's very, very, very affordable. So if you're out here and you get hungry, visit my man Chris. He's not out here today, but he's out here most days. And you can't miss him. It's Top Dog Concessions. Visit him before you visit anybody else out here. That's all I'm going to say. So this is still a part of the Mile Pathway, guys. It's the Mile Trail in this park. Y'all may or may not can hear those ducks going at it. But this is a cool shot of them over here. The duckies. They always gravitate to the center of the pond here. Again, another monument. Another little plaque out here you can read. And I meant to show the gazebo, but we've passed it. So, it's the other side of the pond, guys. It's the other side of the pond. Then there's also an art center. I'm not going to go all the way back there, but the art center is actually back there. And they host classes and workshops. And I think you have to be a member unless you're paying per event. But a lot of their information is posted on Facebook and online for you guys to get. Good morning. That's a rarity to see someone out here cleaning this up unless it got really bad. Because most times it accumulates to almost halfway through the pond before you see anybody cleaning it up. So somebody got a note, one too many notes. And they were like, if y'all don't get out here and clean this up. That's my theory of what happened. Because it's been this bad for a minute. Look at that. I ain't lying for it to have accumulated that fast. Look. It was all the way out there. You see it specks on out. Yeah. Somebody just got in their crap, I think. Made them come clean it up. Hello. More of the trees I love. Colorful stems, and it's pretty dope. What's up, little pigeon? Pigeons and ducks everywhere. The ducks just aren't on the water today, man. They all in that little center part over there. Must be too hot for them. Getting too hot for them. A lot of people use this area to have picnics and crap. A layout. It's a beautiful park though. Pretty peaceful. Just stay too crowded for my liking. Like, it's this early in the morning. It's not a single parking space available. Like, that's ridiculous. It's too early, man. It's just now becoming 10 o'clock. It's 10:02 right now. There is like no parking spaces available on this side. Now granted, that's a small parking area. It can only take maybe 40 cars, if that, 30 to 40 cars. But still, I mean, why is it so full already? Basically, the only place you have to park is the Parthenon parking. Other than that, you're gonna have to do street parking or like park along the sides of the park entrances and stuff. Like, it's crazy. And sometimes they block off one side of the road in the park when there's events, like on Musicians Corners days. They block off one side of the park. They close one side of the road and make you only have one-way traffic. So you have to circle all the way back around the park on those days and have a whole bunch of traffic to work through. And then if you park on one side, you got to make it through that traffic to back out and get onto the right side. Some people don't want to yield or let you over, so it gets crazy out here. I've seen people argue. I've seen wrecks out here. I just don't like this part. It's too crowded, but I do like the scenery. This is the best part. Obviously, this is the part, if you've ever been out here, where you've seen people get married, you've seen people take professional photos. They're starting to do like the whole, I think it's Paris or London or whatever, but they do the locks on the bars here after they've gotten married or something along those lines. So yeah, this is the garden where everybody take pictures and get married and have events and stuff. And it's pretty nice, pretty colorful during the spring and summer. And then they also like this space because right behind it, I'm not going to walk over there because I've already made my round to that in the first mess up when I was live on my other account. But people like it because a lot of brides get dressed in there. And a lot of like the parties, they hold that to put their food and, you know, any decorations and crap. They rent that space out too. And they also have that dance area where they have the big band dances and stuff. So it's a number of reasons why people like this. Hello. But yeah, that concludes this tour, y'all. It's not much else to show you guys because everything else is greenery and it's just the Parthenon. I didn't get a shot of the Parthenon and parking lot here, so I'll do that real quick and then I'm out. Because as you can see, it's starting to get crowded, which is what I don't want to deal with at all. It's crazy. This is nice, the bridge over the water. It's very nice. You get a lovely shot of everything. And then these doggone scooters that made their way out. Speaking of which, I thought they were banning those. It was banned July the 1st. So when do they actually get taken off of the street? Do anybody know? Because people are clearly still riding them. Like, come on, yo. How they banned, but they haven't officially been removed off of the streets yet? Something's up. Something's up. I think they got to go through paperwork and getting it official for them to start removing them off of the streets, because their vans are still making their rounds to recharging them. People are still able to ride them. I'm just ready for them to go at this point. And not because I didn't enjoy riding them myself, but because people are being reckless on them. I mean, but I won't dispute the fact that if I had to choose between keeping them and privatizing meters, I would keep them. That makes more sense. Those are actually making the city money versus privatizing meters. It's not making the city money. But they didn't ask me. So since they've already officially banned them but haven't removed them off of the street, it's time to just get them off of the street. I don't know how long that process is, because everything has process, but you know, I'll be happy when it's gone, because they are being quite reckless on them. I see people all the time driving down the wrong side of the street, tourist traffic on them. Like, come on, yo, little 3 and 5-year-olds on the electric scooters with other kids, you know, bigger kids holding on to them. Like, you're supposed to have a driver's license when you're on those things. You're supposed to have a helmet. I didn't have a helmet when I was on it. Okay, I have a driver's license. I didn't have a helmet when I was on it. So I understand that, but it's still stupid. I'm just a part of that dumb crowd that was on them without a helmet. But it doesn't dispute the fact that rules are rules. We're supposed to follow them, and sometimes we don't. But, you know, let's not be reckless while we not following rules. When I did that, I was in this park late at night. No one else was in this park. It was like 10, maybe 9:30 or 10 when we rode the electric scooters through the park, because we wanted to do it in a remote area where we didn't have to worry about traffic. And so it was less of a risk for me, but folks do a lot of crazy stuff. Now I'm gonna do a quick shot of this Parthenon real quick, so y'all can see it. Hopefully y'all come out and visit it. But I'm about to get out of here because a lot of tourists and people coming out. Like I said, 10 o'clock is the hour. Start getting crazy busy. It gets crazy busy. And pretty soon the kids are gonna be running crazy around here, unattended. Parents don't watch them, so I had to get out of here. So let me show you guys the entrance to this Parthenon, because so many people make the mistake of going on the other side trying to get in, and that's not the entrance. This is the entrance, guys. In case you're unfamiliar with the Parthenon, you have to go on the side of the pond to enter, not the other way. I see people pulling on those doorknobs all the time. So, see what I'm talking about? It's crowded out here, too crowded. It's been open for only an hour and it's already like this, like Kidsville. But yeah, this is the entrance. The hours of operations here and the rates, guys, in case you want to know. All right, these are the rules.
Look, it's so good in here.
You gotta help preserve this stuff. So let me get up out of here. But it looks pretty dope. Come see Athena. This is what people are out here for. Excuse me. Yeah, people already like inside the columns on the Parthenon, everything. So let me go ahead and jet. And if you want to come out today, I suggest you get out here quick. This is the fire lane, so that's why it's so many empty spaces.
Am I wrong?
But the parking lot is filling up just like anywhere else in here. So it's crazy how fast this park just gets full. All right, so that was my park tour. These things get more exciting as I explore newer places, but ones I've been to, I'm not that excited about. So yeah, I'll walk around this way. But yeah, keep tuning in every Saturday. We'll bring you something new, hopefully rather soon, and it'll be cool. Deuces, y'all.